Hi, I hope you're well. It's the 6th of Feb and I am just on my way to work. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm really excited to listen to my Harry Potter audiobook after I finish talking to you guys, because I'm on Harry Potter number 5 now and it's a good book. So today I did all my normal Tuesday stuff. I woke up at 6, went to the gym, meditated, did Self-Coaching Scholars, and I did in Self-Coaching Scholars, the online course I'm doing by Brooke Castillo. She has a guide that accompanies her podcast, the Life Coach School podcast. If you don't know who Brooke Castillo is, make sure you check her podcast out. You probably already know what, I talk about it all day, but if you haven't ever actually been like, I will actually go and have a listen, do that. Stop this. I'm willing for you to just stop this and go and listen to her. She has a guide for her podcast that's part of the course, and I did the exercises for one of those episodes the episode's called Self-Pity, and it's episode 151 or 152 or something from memory, and that was really interesting because I realized that there are so many day-to-day situations in which I have self-pity, and that I hadn't even realized it, and that self-pity is basically anytime you're complaining or being dramatic or that's self-pity. And it's so interesting because we hate it when people feel sorry for us. You never want anyone else to feel sorry for you, and yet a lot of us, I'll just speak for myself, I feel sorry for myself a lot of the time when there's absolutely no reason. So that was really, really good. So if you are interested in listening to what I listened to this morning, and it wasn't my first time listening to the episode, but my first time doing the exercises that are part of the course, but it's still just as good without those exercises, definitely have a listen. I'll link it below. But yeah, I did that, and then what else did I do? I was working on my course on the emails about my course. One of them's going out tonight, and what was really the email with my workshop that I made a few weeks ago, and a few of you guys have been asking me when you can get the workshop, and I'm really happy to share that I will be sending it out to you if you're on my email list tonight. And it really took a lot of work to put that workshop together and to think of exactly how to best teach it and how to make it as helpful as possible. Maybe it took me 2 days. So yeah, I'm sending that out. So I was writing the email for that, and I was sorting something out for one of my Pinterest clients, which is awesome. So excited to be doing that. And I had a catch-up call with my group from the Landmark Forum. We have a call every week. There's a seminar every week, every Wednesday night, and we have a call in our little group every Tuesday. And it's just it just really showed me that even though you can work on your own shit by yourself, which is my preferred method because then I just get to be my own little world, it's just having other people's perspective, and not even that, hearing them talk about their stuff, I always realize more about my own stuff. And part of the reason I love Self-Coaching Scholars is because Brooke coaches people live, and so you get to watch other people be coached, and they always everyone has really similar issues. So that's all I did today. Well, not all I did, that's what I did today. And I was sharing in the call that I just am feeling like a different person. I'm just acting completely differently when it comes to my business stuff, and just being so so much more proactive and so much more confident and so much more willing to put myself out there. And I don't even know how to honestly describe it. And I feel like the daily meditation has been helping so much. And yeah, it's just been really good. Also, was I talking to you guys about this yesterday? Oh, actually, no, I wasn't, because I started reading it after I talked to you last. I'm reading a book called, it's in my bag. It's called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, and he's a former current FBI negotiator, and he is teaching you how to negotiate. And obviously most of us don't have to negotiate hostage situations, hopefully, but just like how to apply what he learned from his experience and all of his research as well, how you can apply that to real life. I'm in love with it. It's fascinating. And if I know so many of you guys love psychology too and are just completely fascinated by how the brain works and why we do what we do, and if you're watching me and you're not interested in that stuff, I would be surprised. So that's basically what the book is. It's like just psychology, but so practical, and I feel like I'm gonna have to reread it like 3 times, because there's just the way he writes. I love it so much, because it's like he has a story about a certain situation, and in that story he's like breaking down what worked, what didn't work, applying that, like drawing parallels to other situations in life, and it's just like so many good bits of advice coming so quickly. So yeah, I'm really like, I just want to read that book 24/7 now. I read it at lunch yesterday, and then when I got home, Steve was so tired, but it was 9 o'clock and I wasn't tired enough to go to sleep, so I just sat in bed next to him. I had my iPhone light on, reading the book for maybe like 45 minutes until I felt tired enough to go to sleep. And preach, so good. I also want to write more blog posts about books, and I was talking about this a few days ago, but I really love reading and love sharing it, but it takes a lot more thought and work to create that kind of blog post, or at least that's the story I'm telling myself, than it is to just like give my advice or share my personal experience on a topic, because I want to like do the book justice and all of that. But I'm thinking about starting like a lessons learned, instead of like trying to summarize a book, because that's really hard to not miss anything out. I'm probably just going to do like a lessons learned kind of vibe. And I'm also thinking with my Instagram to not just have my own quotes, but also quotes from the books, because that's what I started doing originally, and then I had the idea to do my own ones, which I totally still stand behind. I'm like, well, why can't I do both? Because there are so many good quotes I've been reading, particularly in Tribe of Mentors, that I can't not share, and I feel like they would be perfect, and I'm gonna figure out a way to do both of them. So that's all I'm really gonna share today, because I think I have blabbed on for long enough. But making progress. My course is open for enrollment on the 8th of Feb, which is, today's the 6th, so in a couple of days, and then the course opens, like it's available for pre-sale on the 8th, and then it'll open on the 15th. So yeah, I'm just really, really excited to do that. And yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.